Hello YouTube, welcome to the first episode of the Calgary Flames franchise mode. The reason I chose the Flames is because they are a shit team with shitty contracts, making even shittier decisions for themselves. There's you have this year, which you have the first round pick. Calgary owns the first round pick this year, but next year, in the way the NHL games work, you don't have it. Florida has your first round pick next year. In the Sean Monahan trade to Montreal, there's a bunch of conditions on a few picks. I can't remember all the conditions, but it's a lot. But in this game, Montreal just has Calgary's first round pick for 2025. So the way we did it was I started the season, no injuries, no trades. We went straight to the playoffs. As you can see, it's not perfect. We got a good bit of them right. Buffalo's in, Arizona made it, and St. Louis. But every other team is right. So we'll see who wins the cup in year one, and then we'll assess the team and see what we do with the lottery. Now, the only rule is if we win the first overall pick, we trade it to San Jose, and we were the shit player stats wrong one. Huberdeau had a good year though. Here's your player stats for year one. They got simulated. Coleman and Huberdeau had really good years, almost a point per game for both of them. Kadri a 30-goal year. Kuzmenko. Again, it don't really matter because we're basically going off of what happened in real life. So that really doesn't matter. But if we look at the league standings. We were the worst team in the league that simulated this year, and I even make a coaching change. Now, if you want to simulate the whole year and just get to the playoffs, turn off CPU trades, injuries, and if you're a really bad team, in my case like a Calgary or a San Jose, you just fire your head coach and get the worst head coach possible. You can promote from your AHL or just go out and sign one, but I didn't even mess with it because Calgary's that bad. So we're the last place team in the NHL. In real life, they wasn't. They still have a first, a lottery pick, but it. The only rule for this is if San Jose gets first, we trade, or we get first, we trade it back to San Jose to wherever they're at. That's the only rule in this draft. So we're gonna simulate in a few weeks and see if it's knocked out of the first round. Obviously, Arizona didn't make it in real life, but we'll see what happens. AHL season is complete. Draft. So Carolina, my favorite team, was eliminated. Doesn't surprise me. Toronto was eliminated in the first round again, so that stays current. Tampa and Florida. So Buffalo, Boston, New York, Washington, Dallas, Colorado, Vancouver, Winnipeg. So you still have an opportunity for one of the four teams still in the playoffs at this moment: New York, Florida, Edmonton, or Dallas to make it. So if Dallas and New York would make it, it'd be realistic, but it's NHL 24. That's not going to happen. So another week to see what happens. Colorado sweeps Dallas, Winnipeg, and Vancouver. Washington beats New York. Yep, there's your simulation. Job on the realism EA. I wish you could just have a start from season point like the NBA. So we'd start now and have all the stats correct, the lottery correct, and the team still in the playoffs. So you can just go from there. But EA's not 2K. They don't make a high quality of a game. Uh, Colorado leads Winnipeg. Washington leads Boston. Is Ovi going to get his second trophy? Nope, it's Boston and Colorado. So let's go a few days to see what happens here. Will Colorado get their second? No, Boston is up 3-0. They complete the sweep. No, Colorado's still alive. That amazing core they have. And Boston is your Stanley Cup champion. So you're number one, or really you're number 0. Boston Bruins are your Stanley Cup champions. Colorado in 5 games, I think it was. Like it was gonna be. Let's go look. Oh, 6 games. So there is your playoff tree for year number 0. Of course, next year it's all storylines less generated, so it really doesn't matter. That next year will be legit. This year it's Boston. So we're not going to take. I mean, Toronto losing in round 1 is still a big deal. Carolina not going far is a big deal with players that won out and players they have, such as Martin Necas, who in real life, his father tweeted, I think, saying that his son does not want to be in Carolina no more. He's not getting top line minutes, so that's something to look out for. Edmonton get beats first round, but they're still in it this year. There is that. We're going to go to the draft lottery and see what we get. If we get one, no, we get three. So Montreal gets one, we get three. San Jose falls to fifth. Seattle jumps from 12 to 2. The Montreal, Seattle, us, Chicago, San Jose, Ottawa, New York, Anaheim, Nashville, Columbus, New Jersey, Minnesota, San Jose via Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, Los Angeles, and Ottawa. So, not the worst. We'll take a look at the draft prospects when we get to the screen. Of course, the scouting is going to be awful. Here's your retired players from year number 0. Brent Seabrook. Is he a Hall of Fame player? Probably not. Of course, a huge piece in the Chicago dynasty. Alexander Edler. Could have been, should have been Stanley Cup champion with Vancouver, but of course that didn't happen. Another important piece of Chicago's dynasty, our team, Anisimov retires. Abdicator, Stanley Cup champion. Demers, Jordy Ben, Jamie's brother. No goalies year 1, as always. Here's your coaches, we don't care. Your draft interviews, doesn't matter. We could probably find more information on the prospects going in, but no, we're just gonna fuck it and go with it. Your Stanley Cup champion, of course, is Boston. Let's look at the awards. Your President's Trophy this year is Buffalo. Buffalo fans' wishes. Not gonna fucking happen. Colorado, Boston. Yeah, Buffalo fans, I'm sorry, your team is in disarray. Not really though, you have the core, but because it's Buffalo, you're gonna miss the playoffs anyway. Art Ross goes to Matthews. Hart goes to Mitch Marner. Mitch the Bitch is probably out of Toronto this offseason. We'll see what happens. James Norris goes to Quinn Hughes, as it should in real life. I'm not sure if they already announced it or not. Lady Bean goes to Pasta. Calder goes to Connor Bedard. Conn Smythe goes to the fucking rat Brad Marchand. The Vesna goes to Vasilevsky, best goalie in the league in my opinion. Him or Allmark. The Jennings goes to Buffalo. That's hilarious. Bill Masterson goes to Dylan DeMello. Jack Adams goes to Arizona's coach, Utah. Frank Jaselki goes to Ryan O'Reilly. Ted Lindsay goes to Mitch the Bitch. And Reese Bouchard goes to the Mustache Matthews. So let's look at our team. It took a while to really take a look at it. Of course, Calgary is known right now for awful contracts, really. I mean, Rasmus Anderson is your core piece right now. A 87 raw, 27-year-old two-way defender. Has some X factors as well, superstar abilities at least, and it he simulates quite well. The sim engine is, you're not a X factor player or defenseman, you're usually not going to do super hot. I mean, I've seen it happen, but at least early on. Later on, it kind of can happen, but early on, no. Blake Coleman grew to an 87 here. 4 years, 4.9 left. 32 years old. He's movable. Most of our players are not, like a Jonathan Hoopy Doobie. He had a good sim season, not a good real life. 8 years, so 7 left, 10.5. You really can't move it. The trade when it happened, myself included, thought it was a fair trade. Of course, Kachuk was younger, but this just aged horribly already, and we're out of that trade. Mackenzie Weegar, 30 years old. 8 years left, 6.2. Guys are supposed to lead Calgary into a new age. Didn't happen. The captain, Michael Blackland. Again, these contracts aren't good. Kadri, I love the dream. I love Nazem the Dream Kadri as much as the next guy. This contract is insane. 7 years left, $6 million. I'm sorry, $7 million, 6 years left, 5 left really. So it'll be 38 by the time this expires. When it comes to realism, these two won't be moved. We're not going to move them for a while, unless somehow Huberdeau just has a 100-point season and he's attractive again. But that's probably not going to happen. Kadri, same thing. No one's taking that on for that term. It's just not going to happen. So Kadri and Huberdeau are not getting traded. They can't. The contracts are too bad. Uyghur's in the brinks of that, considering he's 7 years left on this deal. But we might try to move Mackenzie Uyghur. I doubt we'll be able to. Backlund, somebody a contender could probably use, but still extension kicks in. They extend it for 2 more years at 4.5. Someone wants it, we'll give it to him, but it's going to be hard to do. Andrei Kuzminko in the Elias Lindholm trade. 2 years left at 5.5. That's actually a really good contract for an 86 overall sniper. We've seen flashes of what he can do, so maybe a team will be interested in that. Same thing with Mangiapane. 2 years left at 5.8. That's not awful for a second or third line winger. Sharon Govich is someone that might be able to grow. 2 years left at 3.1. Shillington, free agent, Dubé, Connor Zari. The prospects in the system aren't great. Peltier, same thing. Just, you don't know what he's going to be. 84 tops possible. Pissick. Coronado is someone that might be able to grow, but I doubt it. Greer, Muramanov, Hanley, Hunt. That's your NHL roster. Markstrom, of course, is a big trade bait piece. Of course, New Jersey was very close to getting him at the deadline. Drink break, hold up. Markstrom was close to going to the Devils, but it didn't happen. They got Jake Allen. I still feel like the New Jersey would be interested in Jacob Markstrom, and a lot of teams would. He's a big Swedish goalie. 3 years left at $6 million. A contender, probably one of them that's having goaltending issues, like a Toronto Maple Leafs or a team like that. Vladar, medium fringe starter, not franchise. Was seen as probably going to be the goalie of the future for Calgary, but it's not worked out for him. But in the system, you have Dustin Wolf. 23 years of age. If he gets a good progress bump, he might be our backup next year. But we'll see what happens to him. Let's go see our prospects. Samuel Hanzek, 16th overall pick in 2023, power forward, big time power forward player. 19 at 74. He can probably grow into a. That's someone to look out for. Jeremiah Poirier, his brother's in the draft this year. If he gets a bump, maybe he can play in the NHL, but he's 22, medium top. Happen. Schwent, Parker Bell, big body, but they just don't have the prospects in the system. Besides that, Dustin Wolf and maybe Hanzek, fucking butchering that name. That's why it took me a while to say it. But we're gonna go to the draft. Key things to look out for. Move Coleman, because I'm sure his trade value is not going to be awful. That's a movable contract. A contender or someone looking to get in there to contend. A player like Coleman. Backlund, same thing. I think a pure contender would love him, or a young team looking to get through the comp, like a Detroit. And Kuzminko and Mangiapane can probably go as well. So we're going to try to move those guys. And of course, Jacob Markstrom, but we'll see what happens. Let's look at the draft class real quick before we start it. Again, we hold the 3rd overall pick. So yeah, the scouting sucks year one. We know this. It's better to go just take a flyer on a generated player than take one of the real players because they might be better. But you have Victor Volkov, Berkeley Catton, Caden Lindstrom, of course Ty Aginla. My top 6. Realistically, it's a great story. Get the Aginla boys in Calgary. And we still might, but if Caden Lindstrom sits there, it's Caden Lindstrom. He can grow really well. Big power forward, big body. I'm not sure what Calgary will do this year. If they can get the Aginla boys in the next few years together, that would be awesome, but you never know. Tomi Sunanen, 6'4", a two-way forward. That's 4 bars, so we do know that. I have nothing left or else on him. Sam Dickinson, Juracek, any steals? It's year 1. There's probably not. Oh, there might be Nicholas Regan. Sniper? Actually, there actually might be a steal in year number 1. Draft is usually abysmal after the first round. Oh god, one of my scouts put Kiwi Harvey as the best player available. Alright, let's see what happens. Bring the 2024 NHL entry draft. Well, we want to make some moves. Let's see who we take at 3. Alright, Montreal, Seattle, then your Calgary Flames. Anybody looking to trade out? New York. They are a team that keeps getting beat in the first round of real life, and it looks like they want to contend because roster. That might be something to look out for, but let's make our selection first. So Montreal, the first overall pick, medium franchise, holy shit. Viktor Volkov, big two. Oh, he's not even a big. I thought he was a power forward, two-way forward. No X factors, but he's a medium franchise, so he'll grow nicely for them to put with Savkoski, Caulfield, Suzuki, Goulet. So good selection for Montreal. Seattle at 2 takes Berkeley Catton, the Canadian center. Playmaker, he has no X factors, so we're at 3. Now the question is, who do we take? Do we take based off of, oh, Jerome's son, Ty Genla? Or do we go after the big body Canadian? Or we could take the generated Sunahan, 6'4" center. I'm the GM, I'm sitting back in the chair. Ty Genla's going to be good, but Caden Lindstrom's going to be a stud. We're going to take Caden Lindstrom, who's he play for? The Hat Tigers in the Western Hockey League. Welcome to Calgary. Caden Lindstrom, 65 or 75 overall, power forward, and he has an X factor or superstar ability, big rig. So he's someone who can grow in the system and become a starter for us in the future. I would love to get Ty Genla. Chicago does not trade their first round pick. Neither does San Jose, Ottawa, but maybe at 7, depending on who's sitting there, we could get it from New York. So Chicago takes Ty Genla. There's something to look out for in the future. Ty Genla wants to take his revenge on Calgary for passing him over for Caden Lidstrom. San Jose will take Sunahan. Oh, wow. He's an NHL ready center. And again, I knew he was going to be NHL ready. It's just the way the generated prospects are, but I know Caden Lidstrom could turn into a beast. Take him and try to grow him and see what happens in our franchise. Ottawa takes Sam Dickinson. So I don't think there's any more medium elites available. You could take Adam Yurchek or Kiwi Harview or Ryder Ritchie, but they're not. Yurchek or Kiwi Harvey wouldn't be that bad though, because Beeger's aging. Our defensive core is not great. We have no defensive prospects, so even if they're going to be mediocre, we should still try to get them because of the lack of prospects in Calgary. So with the 7th overall pick, New York is trying to trade out. Are they interested in Coleman? They are. Blake Coleman covers the trade value for the 7th overall pick. I don't really think that definitely. I mean, he does just have almost a point per game, and it's New York Islanders, so he's a perfect player for them. Let's throw in something else as well. Take some players back off their roster. Dylan Dubé. Not gonna grow into much. Yeah, that's perfect for New York. Let's take back a few roster players. Prospects. Oliver Wahlstrom. He didn't sim this year. Just because we turned off injuries and he was in their lineup. He was a pretty touted prospect in 2018. An American. You know what, let's try to get Wahlstrom. Maybe a new or change of scenery for Wahlstrom would be a good thing for him. And let's just take Robin Salo, two-way defender, young player. Let's do this. Let's see if we can get it for Coleman, Dubé, the 7th, Wahlstrom, and Salo. We'll go through. Trade accepted. I'm happy to accept this proposal on behalf of the New York Islanders, and we consider it a done deal. So there's our first trade. As the Calgary Flames general manager, we trade away Coleman. We'll get back assets, including the 7th overall pick. Now, who do we take? TV Harvey can turn into a decent defender. Earlier on in the year, he was highly touted. He's kind of slipped back. Adam Yurchek, 2 years ETA. Mark Edward Vlasic. He's not a defensive defenseman. He's a two-way defender. Needs to bulk up. He is pretty small. Good mobility. Heavy shot. Shutdown ability. But at the new age NHL, you don't have to be a thick defenseman to be able to dominate. So we're going to take Adam Yurchek from Extraliga, the Czechoslovakian. Welcome to Calgary. 71 overall, two-way defender. Turn out to be. I usually don't take him in my franchise modes, but we'll see what he can do. He did pretty good in the Liga. Take him 2 years to get here, but see what we can do with him. Our next pick is the 24th overall pick, which was a trade. Damn. Florida's? Yeah, it's Florida's. Yeah, that's right. Duh. Need to move up again. We're not going to. But before we go to our next selection, let's see. Let's go to find trade. What we can do about it. The other players we're thinking about moving. Kuzmenko and Mangiapane. Kuzmenko. Teams would be interested in him in real life. Carolina, 2 seconds, and Unger Sorum, who's actually a pretty good prospect, but NHL or EA just hates Carolina prospects. They put Scott Morrow as a medium top 6. For that as a Carolina fan. Chicago wants him for 2 seconds this year. I'd rather just get picks in the future. A first, a third, and a Curry from Dallas. That wouldn't be bad. First, a fourth, and Othman from New York. Second, Yarventi in third. Jaeger a third and a fourth. Lecker-Mackey a second and a third. Brinson a second and a fourth. 23rd overall pick, a fourth, and Uranen from Vegas. Laner a third and a fourth. Second and third, and Chibrikov, Barlow, Kniazev. So the one I like is New York. Pick before the 27th. They get Kuzmenko, who's a sniper, a Russian player to go with the bread man. He'd probably fit in nicely on that team with skill. We're going to take this trade. So Kuzmenko for the 26th overall pick, 122nd this year, and Othman. We happily select that. So another first round pick for Calgary. Uyghur. And I don't know if anybody would realistically take that contract. Kadri, no. Sharon Govech. Let's keep him. Maybe he'll grow and get value towards the deadline. Mangiapane, though, we are going to move out from. Second, Unger Sorum. We might get a first for Mangiapane if we're going for Kuzmenko. 2 seconds in the future from Chicago. I like that. A second and third in Blankenberg. A first, so another first round pick this year and a fifth. A second in Squires. Jaeger a third and a fourth. Ponomarov a second and a third. Lecker-Mackey a third and a fourth. There's no way Vancouver would trade away Mackey. Oh, and Kiwi Harvey goes to Anaheim. So let's go back to what we were doing. I don't use the trade finder a lot, but for this case I will to know who's interested. Just a third and a fourth. Laner, fifth and a seventh. Second, third, and Sapolyov. Bryson, a third and a fourth. Lecker-Mackey. They want him. They want me, Giampani. Honestly, I'd rather have Lecker-Mackey than a first this year because he can turn out to be pretty good. A good scoring winger. A Swedish scoring winger. A good prospect. Probably take him a few years to crack the NHL team, but when he does, he's an exciting rookie. We're going to take it. Vancouver wants it. We're going to take it. Mangiapane for Lecker-Mackey, a third and a fourth this year. Thank you, Vancouver. Backlund, another one I'd like to move off of. Second and third from Carolina. That is a Carolina player. Bork, a third and a fifth. I don't think Carolina would do it considering cap space needs right now. Second, third, and Hauser. Lehman in a fifth. Kakinen, Yarventi a seventh and a seventh. Third, fourth, and Ponomarov. Jaeger, fourth. You know what? We're going to wait on Backlund till the offseason because if Carolina can't re-sign Martinez, doesn't want to be there, that might be a trade bait or a trade in the future. Good young player, we'll see what happens with him. We'll wait on Backlund. But the one I do want to do now, I'm going to trade find on him. We're going to go straight to New Jersey and see if they're interested. They are. So, not got the best trade value. I know New Jersey really wants Jacob Mark. Would they be willing to move off of? Not a first this year. Maybe a first next year. That won't happen. I'd rather take a second, third year after that. Goalies. Take back Dawes or Schmid. Take Schmid, medium starter. So Markstrom for a second and a third from New Jersey with Schmid. And again, they do want him in real life. They simulate well in this game, so we'll see if it goes through. Trade rejected, okay. That's gonna take us off of it, but let's go Schmid in just a second. Get back second next year. And Ryder, or is it Riley Ritchie? Ryder Ritchie goes to Nashville. Again, we're gonna make this go through. It's realistic. We could try Toronto. I'm not asking for much Marner back, but someone like a Dennis Hilleby, a huge Swedish goalie. They would definitely give him up for Markstrom. I know they need goaltending. Try to get something back player-wise, but they have none in 2025. They don't have much picks, so maybe a player will have to do. Wouldn't get off Nyes. No way. Robertson's a stretch as well. Camp. Timmins. Minton. Cowan. But Nick Robinson doesn't seem like the best sniper. Left. You know what? Buddy. Help Toronto this year. Miromanov. Good. So Markstrom, Miromanov, Robertson, and Hildeby. Well, it probably will go through. Take a... So Markstrom, Miromanov, Hildeby, and Robertson in a sixth. Will it go through? Trade accept. We believe this transaction will contribute to our success here in accepting your trade offer. Alright, we have a lot of cap space, even with bad contracts. Now, before we go further, yes, we traded away players that could help us next year, of course, but we needed future assets because there's no prospects in this team. No draft class this year. Next year, we don't have a first-round pick. It's Montreal's. And Florida's going to be a good team. So next year, in free agency right now, we need to make a somewhat competitive team. Because our pick's not ours. So, that's the goal in free agency. Let's finish the draft, though, before we get too ahead of ourselves. Happen. So, pick our pick. Brandseg Nygaard. He turns into a decent player. We're gonna take him. Brandseg Nygaard. I know he turns into a decent player to me. Top 6. Yep, two-way forward. Time takes Basha, and we're back on the clock. Parasek. Ugly. Merrick's. Elic. Minton. Vanellieu. Okay, here we go. Thomas Galvez. Our scouts are saying he's a gem. Let's take him. Scouts says he's a gem. Listen to him. Team top 4, two-way defender, 66 overall. That's it for our first rounder. Let's move to the second round. Yo, Villain of You. I'm so bad at saying names. Holy shit. Any steals? Yeah, Regan was the steal, but Jonas Hellenainen, Sterlinainen, fuck. Nilapekka Muninen. Holy shit. 2 years of Dano Chara. He's probably a top 6, but fuck it. Let's take a flyer on him. Yep, he's a top 6. Alright. I got the clock at 59. Again, God, this year one sucks. Bali, Hell Shop. Nico Menkinen, holy shit. Ryerson Lindiers, I think, is a medium starter. So, God. Let's just take Lindiers here. Yep, medium starter. Let's go to 65. Because how shit this draft class is, I don't even want a chance on missing out on these guys. So we're just going to take Nicholas Regan here. See if he becomes anything. Hopefully he does. Nicholas Regan, welcome to Calgary, baby. Medium elite sniper, so there we go. The American sniper, medium elite. Hell yeah, that's a hit. I don't know how long it's going to take for him to develop, but 5 years probably, as it says. 50 overall. We'll take it. 87. Let's take Gene Madano. God, this draft is awful. Eager. Just take that low elite. Let's make sure we don't miss on him. George Reinhardt. 6'5", low elite. Take him all day just to make sure that we don't miss out on him. Fuck it. Oh my god, this shit. Take Zliger. Medium top 9. Oh my god. Promise you, next year, boys, will be a better draft. Have more uncovered, and there will be more generated players. As returner, Jesus. Peter Jemakofas. What the fuck? Berger. Eric Berger, baby. Fuck it, let's take Eric Berger. The Burger Man. Opposite of Phil Kessel, he's a defenseman. Alright. I'm sure there's stills to have, but it's just... Let's just take Yuri Galiev, he's generated. Fuck it. Low top 9, oh my god. I promise you I'm better at drafting, this shit's just fucking awful. GM Dadbot is better than you'd think. A lot of things, but when you have computer generated prospects not in the draft, it kind of sucks. Saul Advocator, son of Justin, 5 years, 5'9", lack size and reach, but fuck it, welcome to Calgary. Low top 9 sniper. God, we have so many picks. I could cheese the system and just get future picks, but we're not doing that. Sokolov, Rusan Sokolov. Welcome to Calgary. Guys, fuck it. You know what? None of these guys are gonna play for us. Rod Lees. Oh, you know what? Before we do that, let's just take Rod Lees. Team starter, French starter, of course. And that's our last pick. Never mind. I was just gonna go biggest body available. Fuck it. It's a tired draft. I really don't care. Alright, so there's your draft from year 1. Caden Lidstrom, Juracek, Brent said Nygaard, Galvez, Muninen, Linders, Regan our steal, Reinhardt is a steal, everyone else can get fucked, they'll never touch the ice. Maybe Berger will become an absolute gem for us, but I fucking doubt it. So let's send the off season. We're not re-signing any scouts. Let's touch upon our players that we just traded from and everyone else. We have $37.6 million of cap room. We did pretty good for ourselves, but we have a lot of holes. So Dustin Wolf, we want to keep. Go 3 years. Yeah, that's a lot. You go 8 years, it's a fuck ton. So we'll do 2 years at 1.5, just see what he is, and after that we can. He's still an RFA, so we could extend him or do whatever we want with him. Hopefully Dustin Wolf pans out as a medium elite goalie. Dance, we're gonna let go. Dar's our only NHL goaltender. You know what? Wolf's gonna play in the NHL this year. Executive decision. Hildeby will be in the AHL again. Defenseman. We're not signing any of our prospects yet. So Oliver Shillington, offensive defenseman, been in with Calgary for a while. I like to keep him just to run the power play, because there's not too many offensive defensemen available. We offer him 1 year, $4,250. Will he take it? I'd like to keep Shillington, so he said I like to renegotiate. Pissick, fuck off. Gilbert, what the fuck is that? No. Ostersley, no. Netsov can stay in the AHL, because we don't have prospects enough yet. So 1 year, 2A, it's fine. Lerby, fuck off. Lyle, go. God. Not even gonna try to say it. Akachunak can stay in the AHL. Salo can play in the NHL this year. So we'll sign him to what he wants for 1 year. Golovov. Fuck it, he can stay in the AHL 2 years, that's fine. Of right wingers, Wallstrom, we want to give him a chance. Julia Schmidt will keep. Popka, no. AJ Green, stay. He could be a fourth player for us, let's not give him more than a year. Nygaard and Applicator. Let's take a look at Leckermacki because we didn't look like him. He's a medium top 6 sniper. He could turn into a pretty decent player, actually, but Vancouver didn't want him. He's 20 years old. 22, he should be ready for the NHL, so in 2 seasons, hopefully he is. Left wingers, Peltier. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Lindstrom will let him play WHL. Regan. Do we want to start playing, or do we want him to stay in college for another year? We'll let him and Reinhardt stay in college for another year, and then bring him up next year. Hopefully that doesn't fuck with their growth. I think it's better though just not sign him. Bonnie, no. Jones, no. Nick Robertson, yes. Give him a bridge deal. Find sniper for 4 years, RFA. Give it to him. See what he can. That, I think that's. If we're below the well, it might not be. Oliver Shillington is staying. That's good. He can be the PP quarterback. AJ Greer rejected. Okay. Peter Otkayuk, whatever. Fuck it. He's staying. Dustin Wolf, yes. Wallstrom, yes. Robertson, yes. Salo, yes. Lyle, yes. Peltier, yes. Schmidt, yes. Solov. Kuznetsov, yes. So everyone but AJ Greer. He don't want to be here. We're releasing him. Alright, so what do we really need on this? First line will be Uyghur, either Sharangovich or Kadri, probably Kadri, with who though? So it'll be Huberdeau, we'll do Kadri. It looks like Robertson for now, so we need to sign wingers for sure. Second line, Kadri or Sharangovich. Yeah, we just need hella wingers. We probably need 4 wingers, honestly. Oh, we got Wallstrom. Anderson, Uyghur, Schilling. We need 2 defensemen. Goaltending wise, we need OHL will be Hildeby. So let's see what we can do. Head coaching, we'll look at that here in a second. Let's just welcome. Coaching staff. Hutchings is a generalist. 55, yeah, we're just gonna fire him. Gonna clean house. We'll keep our goalie coach, but how's Draper? Had a pretty good year. Scheme fits awful, but fuck it, we'll keep him. We'll keep the AHL staff together. We'll rebuild the NHL staff. We need 7 scouts, so let's take some of the best ones. Charlie Irwin, thank you. Keep everyone else. Oh, we need 7. Fuck. Change their regions. We need 2. Coaching. Let's see who's gonna be the head coach for your Calgary Flames next year. So Tanaka. We're just gonna go by scheme fit, team fit for these players. 61%, 50. So is O'Brien the best? No. Jersey and Tampa, we're coming in. And because budget doesn't matter because you're not the owner. Zachary Yoshimiara. Badass name. Probably gonna take one of those 2 really. Coach. I like a good power play, but I also want a good scheme fit. Redmond. Oh, Halak. Oh, we just fired him, didn't we? Take Redmond. Redmond, who were you? The power play. Our coaches, if they take it, if not, we'll just come back to it. Not that big of a deal. So, free agency. Need hella wingers. Jake Gunsel is available. Carolina decided to go with Nietzsche's. One's in on Gunsel. Monitor that. He's already said in the press that he is more about winning than anything. But if not, he's going to hit the open market and he'll take the most money. About that, let's address goaltending. Albert, Fleury, Akinen, Delkovic. Who better to learn from as Dustin Wolf than Marc-Andre Fleury? Honestly. Get the Flower 3.5 for a year, just for make sure. He's lost some X factors too. Had a decent year with Minnesota. 9-11, 293 in the Simmons. Better to learn from than the Flower, honestly. And it could be his first north of the border team, Calgary. So another AHL goalie, and where's my boy at? There he is, Nikita Kwap. Need to have job security. There you go. Defensively, we need 2. Pesci is very intriguing. Pesci wouldn't be bad. 4-year deal will knock him down to 5.50. Pesci with Shillington would be really there. For our 7th defenseman, two-way who can play. Schmidt. Need wingers. This is a big thing. So, Sprong, LeBlanc, Arvidsson, Mercer, RFA, Barbanov, Mantha, Wheeler. Find Warren Fogle as a power forward. Fine. Power forward. We steal him from our rivalries in Edmonton, the Battle of Alberta. Exciting. And let's go for Anthony Duclair. Got left in the tank after Phillies. Monitor Gunsel. Some depth. Wingers. Mainly Dakota Joshua. Love me some Dakota Joshua. Calgary, I know you don't want to know. Oh fuck. Fat ass Phil Kessel is available. 1 year. 5-0, he gets to play the NHL, he can just run the AHL for us. Corey Perry, baby. Fuck it. We want to be a good team this year. Have Corey Perry try to kill everybody, and we'll be fine. Fucking nobody, really. Chill. Okay, fine with that. Fine, then same thing. That. Alright. Monitor Gunsel, see what happens to him, and if he's still not offered on, I might take a flyer on him for like a 4-year deal. Get Charlie Irwin, the scouts can get the fuck out the way, we don't care. You're gonna be gone all next year anyway. Ricardo Redmond, our NHL associate coach, said yes, that's good. Andreas Schmidt said and Zachary Yoshimura picks Calgary over Tampa and New Jersey. Hell yeah. Based off money, I like it. All about that money. Nikita Quap. Out. Corey Perry. Old Scory. Corey Perry. Coming to Calgary. Oh fuck, Marc-Andre said no. What the fuck, Flower? You son of a bitch. Oh fuck Seattle. Fuck you. Fuck, you know what? Fuck Fleury. Dermott says yes. Anthony Duclair. Dakota Joshua goes to New York. I don't blame him. Fat ass Phil Kessel. Welcome to Calgary. Heinen going to AHL. Panami, same thing. Fuck. Jake Gunsel still not signed. What about a 4-year deal for Gunsel? Makes us better next year, and if he doesn't work out or he wants out, we can just trade him. Jake Gunsel will be the savior of Calgary. Vogel's got another offer. Pesci's got a lot strong offers. Hopefully he says yes to us. Oh shit, we need a goalie. We could run with Vladar, but I really don't want to. We need someone that our boy Wolf can learn. What? James Reimer. One of the nicest guys in the league. Love me some Jim Reimer. Optimus Rhymes, baby. Calgary, play with your old buddy fat ass Phil Kessel. Brett Pesci goes to Chicago. Art is intriguing, can't blame him. Vogel also goes there. Alright, fuck Chicago and fuck Seattle. Fuck Chicago and fuck Seattle. Gunsel still might come here, which is a surprise. So we need... Tanev back to Calgary. Oh, no. He never played for Calgary. The fuck am I talking? Yeah, he did. Yeah. No one else wants you. You have another choice. Come back to the shithole that is Calgary. 1 year. Tuesday. Patches is there, but... Tyler Bertuzzi. Calgary. Need wingers? We're gonna be try to be somewhat competitive next year. Jim Reimer, welcome to Calgary. Man, Gunsel don't want to come here, but he does. I was extremely happy to accept your offer. Your cash offer was most generous. It really was quite easy to make up my mind about your offer. It took you a week. I know you don't want to be here, but I respect getting the bag. Chris Tanev does not want to be here. And Tyler Bertuzzi's Calgary. Okay, so we got players. I don't want to destroy the cap for years on to come like Calgary already has, but I feel like we spent it on some quality players. What? Awesome Mercer's available. We have a veteran. Help a team out. No trade block though. Is not. But fuck, they can't afford him anyway. I'd simulate this year, even though this. Fake. Old man Backlund. Should leave you some cap as well though. Bad contract does New Jersey have? Oh, Andre Palat for 3 years. Make this go through right roll. Backlund for Mercer and Palat. Will it go through? Rejected. Leave you cap. We don't have to be good after next year. This year we want to try to be competitive, but after that we can just fucking tank. Palat's not gonna be that big of a deal. We have shitty contracts anyway. I don't want to give up draft picks. And the guys I signed have no value. About Hoffman. Hoffman, Backlund from Mercer and Palat. Rejected. Okay. Bucket. We'll add in a third. Get Dawson Mercer, and we do. Young player. He can develop, hopefully. We have 1 roster spot available. Perfect. You know, Calgary fans, that's the best thing to do with the players, right? Get them. Now let's take a look at extensions for next year. Got everything we wanted. Let's take a look at lines and we'll end the video. You know what? We'll sim a few games. Fuck it. Sim like 2 games, quick time. See if we're gonna be dog shit and just lose our first round pick anyway. Hopefully Florida just flops. But like we're just not gonna have a first round pick next year worth of shit. Alright. So, oh, Jake the Snake Gunsel, the Dream, and Hoopy Dooby make a +5. Gunsel in a one-timing position. I like that. So Gunsel, Kadri with Hooper, but Starengovich is +4. That Bertuzzi. There. So player Starengovich with Mercer. Fuck you, Palat. You're a fourth liner. Sorry, fat ass Phil Kessel. Palat, Robertson, and Peltier. Defensively, Uyghur and Anderson. Dermott and Hanley. We want Wallstrom to play though. There's no reason to having him if he's not gonna play. Sorry, fat fuck. I'm gonna put Wallstrom in for you. I know, I'm sorry. Lot with Peltier. Bring up a defenseman and send that one. Go Phil, I told you, you're not playing in the NHL, you're gonna tear up the AHL. Fourier. No, Salo. Yeah, we want Salo. Salo in for Hanley. Go. Power play, I'm fine with that. +5 with all these guys on here. Let's take the clear off and putting Schilling. 5, okay. Let's do... Power play 2, Sharon go. Wallstrom and Duclair for one-timers. Pull up. What the fuck are you doing? Penalty kill. Fine. Peltier. Yeah, only 2 defender. Let's put protect. Robertson. Nope. Plot is generally a good defender. Goaltenders, Reimer. Wolf will be a starter. You're doing 84. Okay, that's huge. So Wolf and Reimer. Learn from Reimer is Wolf. Hospital, Perry, and Hanley's are extras. We're fine with that. And there's going to be our team for this year. You guys think we're going to suck? Do you think we're going to be somewhat competitive? Can we grow these guys enough to move them on or just keep them? Oh, captains actually. Give it to Calgary. Do we want that? You know what? I love me some Nazim the Dream Kadri. He will be our captain for a while. Got heart. He plays with incredible furiosity. So we'll have that. Gunsel isn't with an A and that. Any numbers we gotta worry about? I don't fucking think so. Okay. There's our captains. Go real quick for you in the video. Get into season simulation next video. Show. Awful, but yeah. Alright, that's the team. Let's see how far we can go with them. I'm excited to see Gunsel play. Didn't think we else wanted him for some reason. Definitely know he's a stud, so. Alright, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next